guys, the second Dungeon Dragon hero, Elminster, is totally here available for you. You're gonna be able to get him for free. Okay, it's everything about your participation in the event. You're gonna collect this specific material right here for you to be able to get him. And not just him, you're gonna be able to get even his artifact. Okay, I'm going to explain everything about how this hero can be very interesting for you and how you're gonna be able to use him. Okay, but before I enter this point, I'd like to ask you to buy your account with me, guys. My code is exactly this one right here. It's cosmetics, you know. So once you buy your account with me, you're gonna be able to get resources as well. But how we are going to this page here in the game, guys? If you click right here, go on this area, you're gonna see here buy your invitation. So you click right here, there is a link. This link, once you click here, you're gonna go to that page for you to be able to place that code, my code. I'm going to really appreciate it if you guys can give me this necessary support. But back now here to this amazing event for you be able to get, we'll be able to get Elminster. So look at this, we are going to get the hero. Is our chance to get the hero, or our chance to get his artifact. Even you have some resources here, even in terms of let's say cosmetic is. I think that these dice here is one of the most beautiful that Dragonheir did in terms of the Dungeon Dragon event. Oh, okay, it's like, in my opinion, it's really good. So here, guys, you're gonna be able to fight this battle. You know, the good point about this battle, because your hero is gonna be level 100, don't need to place any type of equipment, and I tell you more. Even though we are going to finish the first season, if you go to the second season, nothing is going to change, because our hero is going to be there level 100, resonance level 100. So you just need to place the heroes there and go to the battle to fight against the boss there. Okay, just simple as that. This is exactly the same thing that happened with the first Dungeon Dragon heroes that you had in the first season here as well. Okay, so just simple as that, guys. This is one of the events. And then if you click right here, you have to commence the adventure, you know. So there are some specific battle there, and then you have the planar summoning as well, where it's possible you also get Elminster. If you'd like to go for him, I suggest you go for him. Okay, now I'm going to explain about this hero, why you guys have to go for this hero. You know, he's part of the fire element heroes. You know, he's a supporter and he's totally focusing in enlightenment. Okay, you have to build him. It's very good enlightenment, but depending of the battle as well. There are some battles that you guys have to place him with very good resistance. Okay, what this hero is amazing is about his battle skill. He's very specialist to place easily shields in your heroes, and not just about that. If your hero is gonna be exactly in the range that they are indicating there, as you guys can see, you know, they're gonna be protected in terms of immunity. They're gonna have immunity, okay, in terms of debuffs or even control, this kind of stuff. You know, that helps a lot. There are specific battles, mainly in terms of the chiefs, that you really need to use him for this way. Even though we don't think that there are no other heroes that's possible to do the same thing, there are, but this hero here does more, because his ultimate skill, he plays accuracy penalty level 2, that's less accuracy to the enemy that can be the boss, and then he also plays here attack penalty that he also helps you in terms of survivability for your composition, surviving the entire battle. Just so you guys have an idea, I built one of my composition, fire element composition. I placed him against the chiefs, okay? I placed him as unique supporter there, and I used 4 wide heroes. You know, for what? For me be able to do more damage. You know, just simple as that. Because against the chief, as an example, he can keep your team alive, okay? And just because of these specific skills that he has. And then of course that it depends of the equipment you're gonna be placed on him, that can even improve his shield, or even give him the opportunity to bring to you some extra heals. There are some equipments that sometimes can do this kind of situation, okay? They can proportionate you to have some heals as well, you know. But guys, about his artifact, okay, I'm going to check his artifacts now. I have his artifacts with me, and I'm gonna show here. And the good point about his artifact is because this artifact extended the duration of his shield. As you guys can see right here, the shield effect granted by the wearer is increased by and go up to 25%. Its duration is extended by 30%. So extend the duration and extend even the value of the shield. That's why he's very reliable with his shield, you know. And you see here that improve enlightenment. So guys, according to the rules of enlightenment heroes, you know, I already explained in one of my videos. If you are able to get this amazing hero right here, just make sure to place him with a very good enlightenment points, you know. If you are playing now the first season, guys know well that enlightenment also helps in terms of damage, okay? I don't need to mention about some specific heroes here, but if I do this, you guys know well that there are heroes like let's say like a prince here. She does that if she does very good damage if she has loads of enlightenment. But even Flora, some others, okay, Flora is another one that she needs enlightenment as well for she be able to do more damage, okay? So just understand, if you see there enlightenment in your heroes, that in that hero needs specific enlightenment, just build that hero like that, okay? And then of course there are some cases that you need to even be place specific support to this resistance, as exactly what's happening against these the endgame boss here in the first season, you know. This is happening now. So if you go to fight against the Dragon Resurgent here, you need to build at least one hero with a very good amount of resistance, okay? And then for sure, like in this battle here, it's not just about terms of resistance, even equipments matter a lot, you know. And I'm going to show here just an example for you about this battle. One of the best equipments in terms of this battle here, just like this is totally out of the topic, but you guys know well, if you're gonna build heroes, try to use a resistance equipment like this one, you know, a resistant artifact, you know. Once you do it, you know, good for you. But of course, when you talk about resistance or enlightenment, that has to be very good amount of this specific attribute, okay? Enlightenment or resistance, put as you can. This is the device that I give to you, and also my opinion about if you really need to get this hero. And I tell you, you do have to have him, you know. He is nice, he does well, you know, he helps you, you know, is what I have to say to you in terms of this hero, you know. And then of course, if you are able to get his dice, very good point as well, because I really like his dice. I think he's one of the most beautiful as well in terms of dices, you know, that you have in the game. You know, that's an opportunity that you have on this event to get his dice. I'm gonna try to have the dice, and I'm gonna try to have even to inspire this hero at least one inspiration, you know. I'm gonna see the ways that I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm thinking serious about this, you know, and I think that I will gonna do it, you know. So this is exactly what I'm thinking about, right? This is the dice here because I want to get that, you know, but it's up to you. All right, guys. Anyway, like this is the video for today, guys. I think that I told everything here in terms of this hero. Okay, he can be very useful, choose against the chiefs. You guys can even think about Famander. He's a very nice supporter. He's a shielder hero, just remember that. You know, he's so good on the same way that Adolf is also good, and even some other heroes that are shield heroes in the game. Okay, anyway, you know, just subscribe here in my channel, guys. Leave your likes, bind your account with me, leave your comment, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Hark! Do you hear it? The anguished wails from the Dragon Queen's retribution. When she forsook us, when she expelled us. They call us the Silent Gods, for we have been exiled beyond the world to where none can hear us speak. How glorious, how serendipitous! All because you have come into contact with his. This should have been our land!
Captivating thought. I fight to defend my soul. One day, I shall depart the unyielding silk and be free of all this.
Now, he has awakened and stands before you. Entangled.
The choice comes with a price.
Don't see me as one of those goofballs.
Follow my lead. Everything belongs to me!
We shall await. We shall observe. How will you transform this world?